Hello, everybody. I wanted to just talk a little bit about sort of our plan for increasing exposure in Fort Hunt. And sort of there are consistent things we want to start doing every week, things that we want to start doing every 2 weeks, every month, every quarter, etc. And I definitely want your feedback. I'm just going to start with the things that I'm able to push forward on my own. So as a starting point, we have the website, right? So it's forthuntcommunity.com. And what I'd like to start doing, and we sort of already have, if you go to the website, you see features of some of our businesses, some of our supporting members like you guys, and then other members, and even like schools and libraries, etc. So one of the things that I'm sort of inspired to do is to create call it a directory, but we're going to class it up a little bit, and we're going to call it a who's who in Fort Hunt, right? So these are the influencers, these are the leaders, these are the people to know in Fort Hunt in all sorts of categories. So we got our education, we've got our recreation, we've got our government, we've got our business, we've got our media, etc. Okay, and so the goal is to have this be a valuable directory/list. And I want to supplement that a little bit with what we call the daily meat, right? In the other world is this daily email with an introduction. And that introduction leads back to the site where you can get a more comprehensive profile of those people. All right, so that is the concept of leveraging the people of Fort Hunt, the businesses, etc., of Fort Hunt to attract new people. So that's effectively networking, right? Now, we already have our Thursday morning meeting, and we have a history of lunches, right? Now, the question is, how often will we do those? My gut says in terms of doing a big, we want to get people there type lunch is probably 4 times a year is probably enough, because we are local, and I'd like to have during the month kind of drop-in lunches at, say, Del Rey Pizza or, say, Dishes of India or Cedar Knoll, something in that kind of spirit. So we'll do our own little sub-lunches, just for connection purposes. We have our Thursday morning for as long as we want to have our Thursday morning. And then we have, so this is for networking. But then in terms of business support, I'm just going to look at Tuesdays for if people want to do video or interviews, right? So if we want to bring Tom Harvey in and do a kind of interview, or if we want to bring Dr. Scott in and do an interview that we can then push out kind of almost like a member profile, and we want to push out, then we'll do those on Tuesdays, hopefully with the support of our students. Okay, so this is the website online. This is physical events. The next thing that we want to talk about is newsletter. So this is not it, right? I don't know that I have a copy of the actual newsletter, but everybody has seen the newsletter. So what we want to do is have the newsletter, 1,000 copies of the newsletter go out. Starting off, we want to just commit to monthly. And the newsletter will feature calendar. It will feature, here are new members. It will feature ads. It will feature what types of articles are available up on the website. That will go out monthly, and when I say go out, it will be distributed to all of the brick and mortar businesses in Fort Hunt, and it will go out to schools and teachers, and it will go out to churches. Okay, so call it 150 brick and mortar businesses maybe. We've got about 6 schools, and in each one of them, they've got lots of teachers, so it's not going to go out to everybody, but let's say it's, 20 apiece or something like that. and then churches, 20 apiece. Probably about 8 churches, 20 apiece. So we're going to distribute that. Maybe it's 1,000, maybe it's a little bit more, but we'll distribute that. And you'll be featured as you're a new member. You'll be announced, but if you want to have an ad, you can pay for an ad. And the goal of the newsletter is to reinforce that this is Fort Hunt community and that here are the supporting members, so that when people start to see your seal that one of our members is designing, your Fort Hunt community seal, right, with maybe the cannon or what have you, on your brick and mortar business or on your website, people know what it is that we're talking about. Then the question is, do we want to do a magazine? And that we will see. There's a compelling case for it, and there's also a compelling case not to do it. But certainly what we want to do is get the newsletter going, and then potentially, maybe a 4 times a year special magazine, home services, parenting, maybe financial focus or whatever, and do that. The goal here, of course, is to build up this sense of identity, and then have us have a media or have a medium or media where we can put the message in front of our target market, which are neighbors, teachers, employees, etc. The other thing that I'll just talk about briefly is, the other concept is existing events or existing programs that we can sponsor. So we're building out Fort Hunt Oasis. This is a middle schooler program. We're going to be doing events here. There are, of course, things like the Mount Vernon Children's Theater. There's the flea market. There are community festivals. My goal is to try to make sure that those are listed on the calendar, and then also that you're plugged in to opportunities to get more exposure. So exposure through the website, exposure business networking through the lunch, exposure through the newsletter, exposure through events and programs. The other thing that I'll just leave you with is, one of the visions that I have is reaching out to businesses to have them, and educators and parents, to have them share their gifts through video. And we want to put all of that stuff together, all of those kind of little lessons or those little workshops, and we want to put those together in our Fort Hunt University. And this is a place where you can go and learn auto maintenance, stretching, home design, maintenance, advanced health, financial tools, history. You can learn whatever our community members are able to share, you can learn online. And the concept is not only that you learn it online, but that you're learning it from people that you can interact with, right? So I'm going to learn auto maintenance from Tom Harvey at Holland Hall Auto. I'm going to learn construction concepts from Larry Newman. I'm going to learn, the elements of nutrition from Marty Scott or Curtis Marjoram. I'm going to learn finance and the elements of insurance from Sharon Eddy and Karen Lerner. These are people that not only live and work in the community, but they're people that I might run into at Safeway. They're people that I might go sit in on a workshop that they do at anywhere around campus, right? That's what we're trying to create here, is this concept of this Fort Hunt University. And I'm going to talk about it. This isn't necessarily launched right now, but I'm going to talk about that in those terms, right? This is the campus, and here are the places to go, and here's where our meal, you can get your meal plan at Del Rey Pizza or at Dishes of India or at Rosina's, and, use that as a way to help solidify the Fort Hunt community identity, which we want to take advantage of. So fundamentally, we get this going, we maintain this, We put out the newsletters, and then we sort of sprinkle in this other stuff as an accelerant. If you have ideas or things that you'd like to do, then let me know, and we'll move forward.